YouTubers, gamers, and movie goers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah, this is Messiah Entertainment. Got my boy Johnny Lee here right now. We saw Batman v Superman last night. Let's get into this. Let's go. Okay, guys, so first off, the action in this movie was on point in all regards. I mean, everything from Superman scenes, Batman scenes, the Wonder Woman scenes, everything top-notch action. Zack Snyder, I think, did a terrific job with every single aspect of it. What did you think?
I thought it was amazing. He did an amazing job. You know, when you hear Zack Snyder, you hear good visuals. That's basically it. Like, it's the same thing when you hear Michael Bay. You know, the action's gonna be top-notch. Overall, the action and visuals were on point. I loved every single moment of it, and you know, you should go check it out.
Yeah, I think this has been one of the best representations of, you know, Batman's fighting skills and his action scenes. Superman, I feel like both this and Man of Steel have been some of the best we've seen in Superman. And
the choreography was just great.
It was on point. Wonder Woman stuff. The Doomsday fight was pretty cool.
Yes.
Everything about this, yeah.
It's very dark and gritty and everything you ever wanted. You see that Zack Snyder touch definitely in this movie. The slow motion of it try to get your emotions up and try to get you more attached to the characters, which helps definitely throughout the whole movie. But yes, the visual was great.
One of the cooler scenes in the very beginning, you have the Bruce Wayne as a young child and he's running away, and then they have the whole stylized him falling into the well, and then he sees the bats. I think Zack Snyder just did a great job, and it really works. It's over the top. It's not like the realistic things we've been seeing with Batman recently, with the whole Nolan film thing, but it's very distinct, and I think it works for me.
So with all these good visuals and good action scenes and stuff like that, the story seems to be It was somewhat decent for what it is. They did deliver what they wanted to deliver in the movie, which I can appreciate. But the story could have been a little bit better. It does have some flaws, which we will get to in a moment. But what you think?
I like the story. You know, I definitely think it has its flaws. But I came out of here, I enjoyed it. I felt like there were like problems with the way it was put together. But the story itself,
the way how they wanted to execute it was good.
Yeah. The way they could have done, like you said, a better execution. But the storyline itself, I felt like it was good. The performances in this movie, something that was under huge controversy because, you know, the casting choices and whatnot, I feel like a lot of them did a great job. A few, but a lot of them did a great job. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I felt like she killed it. I feel like it works because we're getting Wonder Woman next year. You already got the footage from that. They teased that in this movie. She does great for what she's supposed to do in this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, Superman in this movie, he does just as good as he did in Man of Steel. Jesse Eisenberg, I don't know. I wasn't feeling him. He's a little too goofy. Yeah. What did you think of those guys?
I really didn't buy the Jesse Eisenberg's character. I didn't buy Lex Luthor in this movie. He was really weird. He looked like he came out of Arkham. He really didn't sound like the Lex Luthor in the comic books. Really didn't hit really didn't hit the role correctly. And I feel like that has to do a lot with the script, which we will get to in a moment. But back with Superman, he was so overall good. I mean, I feel like they didn't shine so much light on the guy because they already did a Man of Steel movie. But I mean, showing his motivation in this movie, his purpose in this movie, it could have been done a lot better. Because you know, there were some moments where, you know, you said he felt kind of disconnected from society. He was, you know, he looked very weird. You know, he didn't have like a real motivation in this movie. They really didn't set it out. But for Batman, that was top notch. Batman was phenomenal. It was great. But Superman, they could have worked on a little bit better. But yeah, but let's move on to Batman. What did you think of Batman?
This is probably one of the best live action on the big screen representations of the character ever. From everything from the Bruce Wayne persona to the way that he just comes off as so intimidating.
Intimidating.
There's just certain shots of him just standing there, and you're like, wow, this is really Batman. The costume design, you could see why people fear him. It doesn't look too mechanical. It doesn't look like he's using too many. He's using a bunch of gadgets, but it doesn't look mechanical or anything. It looks like he's a monster, like he's almost a bat. And I think Ben Affleck absolutely killed it.
Yeah, definitely. I had some doubts when he first got cast for this role. I had doubts. Ben Affleck, don't disappoint me, or I will be very disappointed in you. Like, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna call on a limb here. I'm just gonna be like, you suck. That's acting. So, good job.
I thought he was pretty good in The Town and Argo, and you know, I think everybody's going from Daredevil.
Well, because he did a shitty job as Daredevil. Everybody, because it was a superhero role. It was a Marvel role, you know, and now him taking on the Batman role, which is even bigger than Daredevil, you know. We're talking about Batman, Bruce Wayne, the guy that killed Ra's al Ghul, the guy that was trained by Ra's al Ghul, you know. Like, this is what we're talking about, you know. man. You know, basically this guy that's like he's unstoppable, and he's taking the lead role as that. So I'm just saying, like, you better do a good job. Ben Affleck, don't disappoint me. But he did say that he wouldn't sign on to do Batman if he thought he couldn't do it. So
I have faith in the dude. I'll give him a chance.
No. Daredevil, he was shit. And this one, I had a lot of doubts about Batman because Batman is a big character in the comic books, really big. And for him to play this type of role and his acting career was kind of shit in the past, I was very, very afraid of this. But honestly, he fucking stole the show. He did a bomb-ass job in this movie. He was just phenomenal. He's dark and gritty. He's the most brutal, most violent Batman we have ever seen on screen next to Christian Bale.
He ain't beating him.
I mean, honestly, you know, he's better than Christian Bale in my opinion, you know? Christian Bale was good for what he did, but for this one, it was top notch.
For the comic book, being as closely related to that one, this is the best one.
He totally hit it. Like, everything that you wanted. The acting was on point. His lines were good. He had a real clear motivation for the audience to see. We totally understand his point, and they did that in the first 30 minutes of the movie, and they did that such a great way. Like, it was just amazing.
He's definitely the one that you sympathize the most with, or if not sympathize, but like you follow his ideology the most.
Exactly.
Because they explain it the most. It's like the most fleshed out one, and then everybody else is so paper thin almost.
Exactly.
You know, so.
And during the movie, you know, like we said, some of the performances, they kind of went, you know, Jesse Eisenberg went to shit. Man of Steel kind of lacks here and there, but I'm really, really happy that they hit Batman to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
You know, to introduce a character for the first time without a solo movie into this DC universe, I'm glad that they finally did it very well in this movie.
Yeah.
And just the way how they just, you know, kind of just squeeze them in there, introduce them, give them a clear motivation, why he's going after Batman with, Superman with a clear vendetta, you know, all that stuff. I really enjoyed it. Ben Affleck, you took the show for this one.
Okay, guys, so we talked about the pros. Here's the cons. Here's the bad sides. It's a great movie, but it's definitely flawed. Superman. What was going on there? It feels like the movie just totally doesn't focus on him. As much as I love Batman's character in this movie, and I'm glad they expanded and fleshed out his role and motivation and his character and everything, that was great. It was like they totally sacrificed Superman's character.
Yeah, like they did a good half for Batman. It's a Batman v Superman movie. They did the first half for Batman perfectly.
Yeah.
Superman went off the shit.
Yeah, I don't understand. It was like it was such a good setup for Man of Steel to continue on, like seeing how he's dealing with this.
Yes.
And it's like you're peeking in every once in a while. He's at the Daily Planet doing his thing, and then it's like right back to Batman or Lex Luthor or whatever.
It wasn't clear. It was just like he didn't have a motivation. We didn't see where he was standing in the point of the movie where we're just like, okay, is he gonna go after Batman? Like at one point we're like, okay, he's going after Batman. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, everybody's looking at Superman as like, is he here to help us? Is he bad? Look at all the destruction he's caused. And then now Superman's is trying to say like, look at Batman, look at this guy. You know, like this guy's like killing. You know, he's Batman is a killer in this universe. He kills. So he's trying to like point out like, yeah, he's a murderer in this movie, and like they're trying to like contradict each other or stuff like that, but it really didn't work for Superman's side. It really didn't work out.
Yeah, some of the things like that very beginning scene, and there's like a whole conspiracy thing, and it doesn't really make sense for what's going on with Superman.
Exactly.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, Superman, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with addressing his character in this movie.
Yeah, like I said, it was, they didn't put a lot about him because of the Man of Steel movie that they did for him. But just for the purpose of this movie, he really didn't have anything. Like, in this movie, for this purpose, he served no purpose. Yeah. Except for fighting Batman. Okay, guys, so let's talk about Batman v Superman. The title of the movie, the reason why we buy these tickets to go see this movie, is the fight between the two. The greatest guy you imagine in history. Yes, the fight was epic. It was executed very, very well. The only problem is that we wish it could have been a little bit longer, you know? But by the way, you know, spoiler alert, Batman won. But, you know, it could have been a little bit better. It could have been a little bit better. It could have been, you know, it could have been longer and epic and stuff like that. It was phenomenal. The visuals, the action was just great. We could see both sides fighting. It was awesome. It was way too short. For a movie that was 2.5 hours long and an awesome build up, and it only hit 3 minutes within the fight. I mean, what'd you think?
Yeah, for as long as the build-up was, and it was a good build-up.
Yes.
But, I mean, I just expected at the end all-out carnage to ensue.
Yes.
And then only to be broken up by, like, Doomsday or something.
Yes.
You know, it was like, it was so short of a moment that they fought inside that one little building, and it was great while it happened.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was so just for that small moment, and then everything else after that is like, oh, they became friends, and then blah, 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 blah. It's like, Done.
Yeah, it really didn't. Yeah, it was way too short. Honestly, it would have been better if they fought and then Doomsday came in and then it was like, okay, you know, let's just take this guy down.
That's what I was thinking was gonna happen.
And they took they worked together to take the guy down. Somehow Wonder Woman comes in and we'll bang him and stuff like that. So yeah, but I mean the fight was just so short, you know, for a build up, for a personal vendetta, for Batman to go after this guy because of what he did to him and all that stuff, and for the destruction that he's created. The fight turned out to be only 3 minutes long. It could have been a little bit longer, a little bit more personal, a little bit. And they did make it a little bit more personal at the end when Batman kind of won the fight. But still, you know, you could have been like, come on, man, like, show me a little bit more.
I expected, even then, like, I expected, like, at least, like, maybe multiple encounters or something.
Exactly.
Something like, okay, Batman comes in the Batmobile, that doesn't work. Batman tries something else, that doesn't work. Then he comes in with the armor, and that's, like, the final battle before they finally do something else.
Yeah.
But here it's just like, all right, we're building up, and then, well. So yeah, I feel like for the movie to be called Batman v Superman, you got to do a lot more Batman fighting Superman. Honestly, I feel like you could have named this movie just DC Dawn of Justice, and you would have been fine.
Yeah, you would have been okay if it was Dawn of Justice.
Yeah,
I would have been okay with that. Honestly, I wouldn't have a problem. But the fact that you call it Batman v Superman, and the way how you have to put Batman into this movie and give him a personal vendetta to go after Superman because of what he done, should have been a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So keeping in line with the fighting and everything. Doomsday. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I mean, the fight scene, it's a cool scene.
Yes.
You know, I was watching everybody come together and try to take this guy on. It was a nice scene, but I feel like with Doomsday being such a big character to Superman, it was like, it's like blowing your load early. It was like, it didn't work. I felt like you should have waited until like maybe a solo Man of Steel movie.
Yep.
Like, you know, somewhere down the line where we could connect with Superman a lot more and be like, wow, that, you know, this is going on. You know, he's like, he's probably one of his biggest villains.
Yeah.
So to use him now, it just felt like it was a little premature.
Yeah, way too soon. For a second movie into the DC universe, it was way too soon for this character. He's so big, and the way how they kind of, you know, linked it to Lex Luthor in this movie, which is weird. It didn't feel right. And then overall, yeah, the action scene was good. Visually, it was amazing. It was good, wherever it was. But honestly, it was way too soon to put this guy in here, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, if you just took him out and spent more time focusing on building Superman's motivation and making the fight a little bit longer between Batman versus Superman, I feel like it would have been done a lot better. It would have been 10 times better without the whole Doomsday thing. Doomsday is such a big character.
He was so unnecessary. They tacked him on. I mean, it made an interesting trailer moment, but nah, it wasn't working for me. Yeah. And then his look too.
Yeah, it was weird.
It didn't look right. The first, like when he first comes out the cocoon, it looks very, very weird. He comes into that form that you see him in the trailer after a moment, but at first it's just like, I was like, "Whoa, what is that?"
Exactly.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, I saw the way how he came out of the cocoon thing. I was like, "Okay, cool. He's gonna mutate. He's gonna, you know, change a little bit, so he's gonna look more like the comic books, right?" No, he looks like one of the Ninja Turtles, like on acting or something like that. Like this one needs some proactive. Like it was really bad. Visually, he looked very bad, and you know the way how he looked like a mixture of the freaking Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man and Ninja Turtles. Like, it was just, like, I was just like, what is this guy? Is he like, I don't know. But
the Abomination from Incredible Hulk looked better as Doomsday than this guy did.
Yeah!
He looked way better.
That's why he looked so familiar. He looked like from that!
Yeah!
Oh, it was just
no, I wasn't feeling it.
I wasn't feeling it either, you know, but it was good for for putting in there. I still don't understand why Zack Snyder said if they put him in the movie. The reason why they put him in the movie was for us audience to think of a bigger universe. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, the universe I felt like was big enough.
It was really big.
Yeah, like Doomsday doesn't add anything to it.
Like them introducing Justice League in here was already big. Lex Luthor was already big. The world of, you know, Wonder Woman that we never knew before that they teased in this movie was already big.
Yeah.
Why do you need to throw in something bigger that's meant for Superman and that has nothing to do with Batman or, you know, Wonder Woman to deal with?
Yeah,
you know?
they pulled the Venom. They threw in a major character, a major villain.
Yeah.
At the last minute, and it was like he was so underdeveloped. You don't care about the villain other than the fact that you know he's Doomsday. Yeah. So I was like, screw that. I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, but other than that, for what it is, the action was just great and top notch. So yeah. All right. So with the decent, okay story, there are a lot of flaws within the script. In my opinion, the script was really not good. It wasn't good. It could have been done a lot better. And with the amount of people that have been working on this movie, come on, Christopher Nolan, Jeff Johns, like Dave S. Goyer, come on, man, you're right. Come on, like really, you had all these good people, and that's the best you got, really? You know, like honestly, like. You know, building up the Batman lines were top notch. You totally understand his motivation. You understand like why it was enough for Batman's character. But when it comes to the Senator, Lex Luthor, like what was that scene with the party scene that you were kind of fed up with? Like,
yeah, I just died laughing in the theater.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
Yeah, he like. He had a speech impediment.
It was so weird. He was giving it was oh my god.
Yeah, he was giving
the entire thing with Lex Luthor, like every line consistently, besides like a scene or two, just got progressively worse to me.
Exactly. There was only one scene that it was okay. That was the top of the roof scene when he was like talking to Superman. That's it. But other than that, it was just like
exactly.
It just went down the toilet. I really don't understand his motive. Like we kind of do have a motivation for Lex Luthor in the movie, but Mr. Rand was gone. The script could have been a lot better for these characters, especially. And that along with some of the scenes too, the scenes that are really not connected. It was very all over the place. They didn't piece it together. Like they didn't piece it together very well. Everything that you ever wanted into this movie is right there in front of you. It's just you see it at the wrong time. Like it will normally when you watch a movie, it will be A, B, C, and D. This movie went from A, B, Q, R, S back to D, C, D. It was just all over the place, But it was all there. It was just weird, Spoiler alert. There was a scene where they were introducing or giving a cameo for all the Justice League members, and it was in the middle of the movie during the build-up between Batman v Superman. It was the most randomest thing ever when they could have done it at the end of the movie as the post-end credit scene. So what did you think of it? I
had the same problem, and I feel like the transitions don't help either, or the lack of thereof. It's like there's the one scene that you see in the trailer where there's the vision that Bruce Wayne has.
The dream sequence.
Yeah, and it's like it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was.
He's at a computer 1 second, boom, dream sequence. Yeah. Where did that come from?
Yeah, like no flash of light transition to let us know like okay, he's in the scene. Like and the dream sequence like the fight scenes were kind of slow, but it was still movable. It was still fast, so you couldn't tell. Yeah, you couldn't tell. So you just basically you thought you just was like what's going on? Is this a flashback? Whoa, oh, look at all the destruction. So like you really don't know, and they really did a poor job with the editing and piecing it together. Like it was out of order. Yeah,
I mean it's just the very end parts. We'll talk about that in the spoiler part, but this is just like it was so confusing. I don't know why Zack Snyder decided to put it like this. I felt like Man of Steel did a better job in that regard of just telling a coherent story all the way through. Yeah. But here it was just like scene, this scene, and then that scene, and then this, that plot point. Well, it was kind of confusing.
It was really all over the place. They really didn't. They weren't consistent with the scenes, and it really didn't flow. It really didn't flow. That was like one of the issues watching the movie. It really didn't flow.
Yeah.